Hi everyone, I'm Crew Culture. Welcome if you're new here. Today I will be sharing my top 10, yes 10 tips that will ensure you can balance studying with working full-time or anything else you have going on in life. Make sure you watch the end of this video because my last 3 tips are the ones that will make all the more difference. Let's get into the video. So tip number 1, you want to be able to maximize every single moment you have. If you're on public transport on your way to somewhere or standing in the queue in the shopping line or whatever it may be, you want to use those moments to be able to get in as much micro study sessions as you can. Using your smartphone, using any apps that you could download that will help you to study, and even carrying flashcards everywhere you go. Any moment that you find that you have spare, you can actually just be learning on the go. Those will compound into a really nice substantial study session for you. Tip number 2, you want to multitask with no-brainer tasks, because multitasking is really hard enough if you're doing something important, and trying to study at the same time won't necessarily work. If you're studying with no-brainer tasks that don't really use too much muscle in your brain, that will make it a lot more easier for you. Whether you're cooking, working out, or taking a shower, just reciting everything that you've learned in your head, quizzing yourself in your head as well. This can really help to improve your term memorization, for example, whilst you're studying, because you're building that into your memory. Small moments add up, and if you are someone that can't exactly take large chunks of time out to study, this will help your muscle memory to build up a bit more when it comes to studying and revising. Tip number 3, you want to keep your manager in the loop. If you're working full-time and you're having to study for a qualification, even telling my manager and having these discussions with him, he's already said to me, if I needed any help, I can actually lean on the team because some of the team have already done some of the qualifications that I want to do. And that already is a gem in itself. You want to be able to lean on your manager, lean on your team, and let them know what's going on. If there's any disruptions to your work schedule, if you want to take study leave, at least they know what's going on. Learn how to read faster. This is something I've been trying to work on a bit more, because that was pretty much my biggest fear when it came to studying and working full-time. I know that I'm the person that will backtrack and read a line 10 times over until I've fully digested the concept that's trying to be conveyed to me, and there's no time for that anymore. So I read an article, how to read 300% times faster in 20 minutes. That's to do with the PX project. It's to do with the basic principles of the human visual system. You can eliminate inefficiencies and increase speed while improving retention. There are 3 different focus points for this. So you want to minimize the number and duration of fixation per line to increase the speed that you're reading at. You also want to eliminate regression. So as I was saying, back skipping to increase the speed that you're reading at. And you want to use conditioning drills to increase horizontal peripheral vision span and the number of words registered per fixation. I have linked the article below. It's been working for me as I've started using the PX project method. Let me know if you want to see a video on how to read faster and actually memorize the information that you're reading. Take full advantage of your commute. Going to and from work, I will be studying. I would use that time. It's about a 40-minute journey, which is a good amount of time actually to get some study sessions in. If you are working from home, but like me, also I work from home most of the time, I will get up at the time I would usually to act as if I was getting ready to go to work, and instead sit down and use that time to study and read my textbooks. Whether you're going to college, wherever it may be, this will help you actually get a nice amount of time in where you can completely concentrate and focus on what you have to learn. Tip number 6, consider taking online courses. You guys know I am studying for the IMC qualification. If you haven't checked that video out and you're interested in the IMC, I would highly recommend it. Consider online courses because it will cut your studying time down by so much. You genuinely just don't have the time to actually just say, yeah, I'm gonna start from scratch and study this whole thing myself and see myself through. Online courses are something to consider because you're being given that information, being taught that information by somebody else. Have a teacher as well. During that time you can ask them questions about anything that you have studied or you have read that you don't completely understand the concept of. Knowing the pace and the standard that you're being taught at, you will also adapt that into your studying time rather than perhaps procrastinating or moving at a slower pace. Tip number 7, have a dedicated study day. So mine will actually be on Sundays where I'll block that time out to study for my qualification. On the back of that, I will also say it's a dedicated study day in a completely different environment. I can hardly stand working from home as well as studying from home and living at home. Blocking out that large chunk of time to dedicate it to study will allow you to get into a deeper level of focus. Having a dedicated study day has actually been proven to also decrease panic and nerves. So when you do come to sit the exam, you know, okay, you've got this, you're focused. You would feel a lot calmer compared to if you hadn't taken the time out to study in large chunks. And the last three, the final 3 tips that will make sure you are able to study and balance that with working full-time. Sacrifices are going to have to be made. I'm someone that likes to think I can have it all, but there are going to have to be sacrifices. So for example, I'm going to have to sacrifice the time I spend on TikTok. I can spend hours on TikTok, guys. If you're like me, we're gonna have to give it up to get these qualifications. Unfortunately, for the time being, short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. I'm not even sure spending hours on TikTok is healthy anyway. But I will say, don't sacrifice things that are so important to you. For me, it's going to the gym. I go to the gym 5 times out of the week, and that helps with my mental health a lot. So I don't plan on sacrificing that at all. So whether it's working out or family commitments, whatever it may be that you find very important to yourself, don't cut it out. Tip number 9, one of the biggest challenges of working full-time and studying is actually managing the heavy study load. One of the most powerful tools that you can use is to be organized, to prepare and plan for each study session that you have, know what you're going to do and what you're trying to accomplish, and breaking this down periodically and evenly distributing this all will make the content that you have to learn a lot more digestible. You won't think, oh, I've got a study session, I don't even know what I'm doing, and you just sit there for hours and you haven't done anything at the end. Whereas if you go in prepared, you know, okay, I need to cover topic XYZ, get that done, do my practice question, study session done. This will also prevent you from procrastinating, and it gives you a sense of responsibility and ownership over your work. So if you don't complete that work, you'll be thinking, oh no, I've actually got to do this right now because I know for the rest of the month I have to complete a whole ton of other stuff. Breaking up your reading and study time allows you to carve out the time that you need to allocate towards your studies. So if you know you're weak on a topic, you'll be like, okay, I need to allocate more time to this. And if you're someone that actually can't read that fast, this will be able to better allocate your time, and you'll be able to better budget your time more towards what you need to learn throughout carefully proportioned periods. And the last tip, tip number 10, the most important one of them all, is to not forget about your health. You'll need to take breaks, take time to step away from your work, and allowing that time for your brain to have nothing. It's processing the information it's intaking will actually allow it to rejuvenate and refresh, so when you go again after your break, your brain's ready to go and work again. You could go for a walk, catch up on your box set, or even journal, just making sure you're completely switched off from your work. And this is so important because you don't want to suffer from burnout. Studying continuously for 8 hours straight, no breaks, is actually counterproductive, and I would highly not recommend that. Eating well, having a nicely balanced diet actually aids your body to be a lot healthier. Your brain is a lot healthier. It has everything it needs to work at its best. When it comes to deadlines and having big exams, it's really easy to actually just say, I'm going to order a cheeky takeaway because I don't have the time to cook anything. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole because it just makes you lethargic and lazy. It's very bad for your health, mind and body. Keeping fit. I told you that I go to the gym 5 times a week, and keeping fit for me is, yes, I have body goals, but that is not even the main reason why I go to the gym. I go to the gym for mental health. Endorphins actually allows you to de-stress, clear your mind, and it actually stimulates your brain. So when I work out, I feel this myself. I am far more productive during the day. I'm able to get a lot more done. My brain is alive. I feel so happy and so much more in control, and I feel like I have autonomy over my day. And no, you don't have to be like me where I hit the gym. You could do yoga or kickball with your friends. Exercise is a good break to have, especially to get you through a tough spot. When I've gone to the gym at a really low point, it's like me going through a machine. I start off really cranky and unhappy, going to the gym, and out comes a brand new career culture. I am so happy, so excited, and I'm ready to take on my day. Remembering to look after your health and not forgetting that aspect of your life will force you to manage your time more efficiently, because you have no choice but to carve out time for these things. So it makes your schedule a lot more productive, a lot more organized, and you'll be functioning like a well-oiled machine. You will instantly see changes because you're more disciplined and you're more intentional and purposeful with your time. So those are my top 10 tips on how to balance working and studying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is a journey. There may be peaks and troughs, but you're going to come on this journey with me, and I'm really excited. So please do share if you are studying for any qualifications, or if you have any qualifications in mind that you'd like to take. I'm really interested in that. Also, remember to smash that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. A thumbs up really does help me to engage and attract a new audience. So that will be much appreciated, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!